Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dad Games Badly. We're back here today with some more NHL 21 and our European Explorers Draft to Glory franchise. Now, when we last left off, I honestly know that we didn't win the cup, that's for sure. I think we did all right. I think we made it to the playoffs. I have to really check. I should pay attention to this stuff. Contracts. Let me take a look here. Who was our first round draft pick this past season? It's probably UFA. Wait, no, that's not what. Unsigned. Here we go. 2035. Ralph Blatter. That's right. That's who we ended up going with in the first round. Apparently, that's not great. Yeah, the draft was not good. Just taking a look here. Anybody else? We got a couple second round picks here. Roman Frolik was one. Svatos was another. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest draft. I know that much. Yeah, nothing even down there. So, the team is actually quite different. If you don't remember, you can check out last episode, but we'll take a quick peek here. Just to familiarize ourselves, Fisher, Sifilito, and Couturier, Shing, McFarland, and Gotch, McElroy, Graham, and Frisch, Boyle, Olshev, and Pekka, rounding out that bottom line. It's not great, honestly. Danny Boyle. Oh, Danny boy. The pipes, the pipes. So yeah, not great, but this is kind of where we pick it up. Rocky Morrow, Matthew Davison is here. Earl McGinnis, who is last year's first round draft pick, 8th overall. He is an absolute stud, even at 77. Looking at his skating category, looking at his defensive category, honestly, for two-way, he could, his senses could use some work. His puck skills and his shooting could use some work. But all this stuff for the defensive aspect of things is really, really good. Rocky Morrow has really made a good impact on the team as well over the couple of years that he's been here. Now that he's finally actually playing. And really the biggest change is having Nathaniel Ryder in his third season being an 87 overall, 23-year-old medium elite goaltender. Absolute stud. You've already can see his stats there. His reflexes are amazing. Puck control could use some work, like obviously puck playing frequency, poise. Poke check is the lowest thing that actually matters. We're not playing in Europe. And aggressiveness. He's not an aggressive goalie, and that's okay. I'm kind of excited about that. And of course, Hector Matvichuk is backing him up. Hector not looking too bad himself for the 24-year-old. So some good things there. Hans Kreutzer at 22 out of 79 is coming along very, very nicely. Down here, however, there isn't a lot that we need to be super concerned about. Obviously, Hans Kuhl would be nice if he could. Well, he's not going to grow. Who was it? Well, Pajuan's 28 at this point. Koch would be nice if he could grow. Vince Holden would be nice if he could grow. And from there, I don't think any of these were ours. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting season, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and get into it. Take a quick... Well, that's not what I meant to do, but we lose the first game 4-2. Fan Dingadongatastic. I don't want to trade anybody. I think we should be good. There are going to be some older guys that will be leaving at the end of the year, as well as some younger guys coming in. Hopefully, there wasn't really anything down there, so in our unsigned contract. So let's go ahead and just do whatever the heck we want to do here. Let's look at our overalls before we jump into the season. We're looking at an 81, 87, 88. Our offense isn't as great as it has been over the years, but really hoping that top line will carry us. So what we're going to do is we're going to sim up until January. If there's any issues that I find or anything that we need to discuss, I will pop in and let you know. But honestly, at this point, there is not much going on. Let's take the next couple of games. We can take a look at draft class, actually, before we jump into that. Does not look like we're getting anything decent. Well, Gage Hoyle, not terrible. You know, some guys, possibly. Man, he's doubtful he's medium elite. Tanev, possible as an elite. Sakara. You know, some interesting people here. That's about it. In the NLA, is there anything? You have Akin Coach, possibly a medium 6. Wouldn't be too bad there in the second, depending. Well, honestly, if we fall that far, I'm going to be very upset this season. Extraliga, and Ice, of course, gives us next to nothing. So, I will see you in December. We are 1-2 to start the season. Can we beat the San Jose Sharks? Which we do not. So, I'll see you in January. Hey everybody, I just wanted to touch base quickly. We got a offer sheet for Glenn Rogers. He's the medium starter goalie. He's 25. He's a 79 overall. Obviously, we've seen our goaltending. You know, Kreutzer is 21 and he's a 79. The other guys are 23 and 24. So we are pretty set on decent goaltenders. We're not going to get anything for them. They're only offering $1.4 million for 2 years, so that's under. Even for like a third-round pick or what have you. So we will say, remind me in 6 days. I don't want him. He's not good to, like, there's no need for him to be on the team. So, especially for 2 more seasons. In the 6 days here, we'll see what happens. We will just continue. And he will have been claimed. All right, team. We are back. It is January 1st, and things are not looking good. I believe 11-16. You know, Leo Fisher is fine. Cifalito is, you know, 28 points, 35 games. Couturier is, like, honestly, fine. Thomas Gotch, fine. McFarland, you know, I'd like to see a little bit more, but fine. Barry Shing, fine. McElroy, Graham, Pekka. So it's this 4th line. It's honestly just this 4th line that is causing minimal issues. The first line could be doing a little bit better as well. So let's take a look down here. Obviously, that first line's not doing too well. Second. Yeah. Let's try that. At least there. We'll take a look at if we can bring anybody up. I don't really think there is. Nathaniel Ryder's not having the greatest season. Matt Tkachuk is doing, you know, slightly better. I would really like to see Ryder pick it up here coming around. Let's take a look down here and see if anybody... see, Gavin Willis, no, not really. James Sadu, not really seeing it. Quentin Hart, you got the speed, you can shoot, you can puck control and pass, you're durable, can't fight, not strong, can't body check. How are you doing, Quentin, this year? You know what? I think Quentin is going to get a call up unless... nobody else is impressing me much. Shania Twain, how you doing? Alrighty, so that looks to be that. And defensively, if there's anybody we can call up, it would obviously be not Farrell. Cool has that speed too, and he's got some interesting abilities, but I would like to see him better than a 63 at this point. But it's not really going to happen. Paduan, you know, as good as he is, he can't skate. So Rainier Koch can't skate either. Vince Holden, Jalen Farron. So and goaltending wise, Kreutzer, yeah, it's about the same over there. So let's make this quick change. I want to bring up. We're going to get rid of Danny Boyle. And Quentin Hart is going to... That's fine. I wasn't really super concerned that he was going to get claimed. And that is okay. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Or something like that. Alright, and then we go like this. And we come all the way down here. Put Quentin Hart in. Interesting. Quentin, can you face off? 80. I'm not going to do that now. We'll leave it. We'll see how Hart does down here. We'll see what happens. Alright, he's a medium 9. I mean, I don't think he's a first line. He's definitely a fourth line material, in all honesty. But we'll try it. We'll see what happens. We'll give him a shot. Let's say we'll give him a month. We'll sim through it together and see what happens there. So, oh my goodness, Dad, pay attention. Yeah, sorry, 16, 19, and 0. At this point, you know, we could be better, that's for sure. But we could definitely be a lot worse. This really isn't the draft to tank in. We got a win against Columbus there. Nashville, we get shut out, and then we lose to Toronto in the back-to-back. Can we beat Florida? We cannot. Not looking good when you lose 4 straight, 5 straight, 6 straight. Oh my goodness. Now we want another one. Can we actually turn around? Oh, we won 2, then overtime loss. Don't care. Really, I'm not too excited about the draft. In all honesty, we win 1, lose 1 in the back-to-back in the metropolitan area. So, yeah. Not super stoked about that. Okay. Hold on. Quentin. 6 points. Alright, we're going to try it. We're going to just go another month. Just going to go another month and see what happens. I mean, we can't do worse. Well, I mean, we can, but honestly, the month of January is absolutely garbage. So we will go here until, you know what? We'll go right up until after the trade deadline because that's what we'd be doing at this point anyway. Let's see. We lose against Detroit 4-2. We win against the Wild 5-3. Beat the Canucks 5-4. Just like Montreal. And Tyler Toffoli. 3-1 loss against Tampa. 4-1 loss against the Isles. Beat the Bruins 2-0. Can we beat LA? We can. Can we beat the Flames? We do not. We get burned. Out in the desert, we get burned. We get burned by the Habs. Oh my goodness. I was really excited. We're like, oh, win 1, lose 1, win a couple, lose 1. And then you lose 4 in a row, and then you win 2 in a row. I mean, I would say this is a better... See, not really. We'll keep our current trade block, because it does not matter, and continue simming straight through the trade deadline. See if anything big happens. Nothing, apparently. So, the big thing here is taking a look at our lines. Quentin Hart. He's had 7 more points in 15 games. So about even. Honestly, I wouldn't hate just doing this again. So, Syphilito down there, meh. Olisev. I mean, Peck is kind of the problem at this point, but he's got some pretty decent. I mean, we don't have any power forwards really, so it was kind of interesting. Okay, let's try that for a bit and see if that gives them a kick in the pants. I mean, anybody can make that +3. Alright. So we'll give that a shot. Honestly, not really much else we can do at this point. We'll take a quick look here and see if there are any big trades. Anything that we missed. Ollie Wahlstrom got traded from Tampa to Ottawa for a couple picks and prospects. Let's see. Minnesota gets Alexander Kuleshov from Tampa for Georges Letang and a 7th. Lambos and a 3rd goes from Ottawa to Edmonton for a bunch of people I don't know. Don't know any of those guys. Quinn Hughes goes from Vancouver to Vegas for Daniel Nielsen and Eric Wisniewski. Tommy Ekblad was included in there as well. Who the heck that is. When you don't really pay attention to who the players are, not really anything you can do about it. So we are sitting at 27, 34, and 2. Basically, at this point, nothing we can do to pull ourselves out of this hole. Yeah, let's see. We're 15 points out of a playoff spot with 19 games to go. I mean, to have everyone ahead of us lose every game, basically, is not ever going to happen. So, well, we did what we could this season. I thought it was actually going to be as good as last season. I am remembering now we did make it into the playoffs at the very least, maybe even into the second round. So, I was hoping for a little bit of a repeat. We did have to get rid of some people. I did make some trades near to the end just to make sure I could fit stuff on the salary cap. It was basically just for picks, but honestly, we've won 1 game since the trade deadline, and that was the first game against Carolina. And we're literally just losing every game. Like, this team is better than that. The defense and the goaltending on this team is way better than this, that we should be winning the 1-goal games. We are currently probably last in the league, which wouldn't surprise me at this point. And we're going to get like the best pick in the draft. And you know what? We are going to get first overall pick this year because let's take a look. 32, 46, and what? 4 was it? For 68 points. Okay, sorry. So Canucks were worse than us and the Jets were worse than us. So 3rd last. We're going to get a pretty decent pick. We'll take a look here in a second. Aces make it. That's good to know. Jim Farrell with 94 points. What an absolute gem. An 85 overall playing in the AHL because we're burying salary because we have way too many left-handed defensive defensemen and it just doesn't work. So let's take a look here. I'm not too excited about what we're about to see. Leo Fisher having one of his worst seasons for a 67, 61, 58. So yeah, 3rd worst season, and hasn't the first time he's been under 70 points since his 3rd season. Negative 69, nice. 782 points in 820 games is pretty dang good though. Gotch was 65 on the second line, absolute stud. He will obviously, kind of be replacing Gotch eventually. Syphilito didn't do too bad, but I'm not super excited. Hart had 19 points in 50 games. You know what? That's actually for a 4th line guy, I'm not upset. So if he'd have played a full season, he'd have closer to 35. That's actually pretty dang good. McInnes did fairly decent this season. There's some good pieces on this team, and I'm acting a little bummed about it. And I should be, because like this team is better than how they performed this year. We just unfortunately didn't luck out. So Philly winning the President's Trophy. Everybody else there, as you can see. Nashville missing out on a spot, and the Islanders getting the last one. Yeah, so we have pretty bad, or pretty good odds to make it and get the best overall draft pick. So let's go ahead and take a look here what we can do. We're just going to go right into the playoffs. Just do what we always do, just sim over them. We win the first game 3-2 in overtime against Syracuse. Can we win the second game? We do 4-2. Aces are back home in Burnaby, taking on Syracuse. Who's it going to be? It's going to be the Aces. 4-1 win, sweeping Syracuse Crunch in 3. So we'll go ahead and simulate again. James Sadu having 5 points in 3 games. Looks like Lehigh Valley and the Grand Rapids Griffins also swept their first round series. Oh, as did Laval. Let's go ahead and up against Laval Rocket in round 2. We are in Laval for game 1, where we lose 2-1. Back in Laval for game 2. That is a 3-1 loss. Ooh, I am not excited about this. Game 3 in Burnaby. Can they turn around? They do, with a massive 8-0 win. Jim Farrell now has 7 assists in 6 games. What is going on? Game 4, we're just going to go right for it. 2-1 loss, unfortunately. Heading back to Laval, to La Belle Provence. Let's see what the heck happens here. It's probably going to be a big win, and it's not. It is a 3-2 loss, unfortunately. I am really hoping Laval goes all the way in winning the Calder Cup this year. Don't care about that. Everything's going to be over quite quickly, so I'll just keep talking. Hopefully enjoy the dulcet tones of my voice. And Vancouver Canucks have fired their head coach Marcus Nobels, and the playoffs are complete. Stanley Cup champions are the Buffalo Sabres. And Calder Cup champions go to the Colorado Eagles. Congratulations to both teams on a great season. Whoo, boy. Well, we didn't win the lottery, and I'm okay with that. Boston making the big jump 13-2. Ottawa 4-1. Tampa 5-3. We dropped 3-6. So, 'tis the way she goes sometimes. Not much you can do about it. Just going to go ahead and sim through all of this nonsense and start hoping and praying for the future. Any retired players on our team? Not quite sure, but we are losing the likes of Nathan McKinnon with almost 2,000 points in just over 1,800 games. Svechnikov just under a point per game. Nico Hischier did quite well, over 1,000 points. Jesper Bratt as well. A 6th-round pick. In 2016, getting over 1,000 points is pretty dang good. Jesper, good on you, my man. Matthew Tkachuk as well, 1,000 points. Nothing to scoff at. I'd like to see a little bit more. Let's see, actually, can I look into that? Full career stats. I want to look at some of the fun stuff. Oh, yeah. 1,100 penalty minutes. Shot percentage is almost 11%. 47 game-winning goals and all of that. Power play points, 285. Just over a third on goals. 1 shorthanded point and a shorthanded goal. Let's see. Face-offs, 42%. He is a winger, so I wouldn't be so surprised. 2,500 hits in those games. Pretty dang good. 307 blocks, 802 giveaways, 853 takeaways. So, hey, he had positive numbers in that department. So, good on you, Matt. Enjoy your retirement, my dude. Pierre-Luc Dubois retires. There's some big names in here. And by big names, I just mean people who have been playing in the league that we are currently aware of some of the people as well. On defense, Ty Smith, not bad. Sergachev as well. Nobody off the wall, of course, but, hitting 500 points as almost 600 points as a defenseman. Actually, Ty Smith, basically like a point every other game. So, pretty good for a defenseman, actually. Nothing to scoff at there. And then, of course, in goal, are we losing anybody of note? Philip Gustafson, Igor Shesterkin, Blackwood, Demko, Dustin Wolf, Canadian juniors legend, and Will Cranley, who I have no idea who that is. So let's take a quick look. I don't think we're going to lose anybody still. All skaters, no. So we didn't lose anybody, which is kind of understandable. Doesn't look like we're losing any coaches for retirement. But, of course, some people may be leaving due to contracts ending. So, Pro Scouts calling, don't care. Let's go ahead and jump into this draft. All right. That's not what I wanted to do at all. All right, view the draft class. What do we got here? Well, I'm going to take a look at what we have in relation to... so there is a medium elite goaltender here. Connor Tanev, not great, but definitely somebody would be looking at. Koch in the second round. Backer. We could get maybe a bit later. Who are we looking in the first? Gage Hoyle. Vlasic comparison. 3 years out. Skating's not terrible, and it's not a weakness. Plus, balance and mobility are strengths. That's actually pretty decent gauge for a medium. And then, of course, you've got you and you. Not looking fantastic. Villette. I just want to make sure there's nobody hiding in here that's got... Yeah. So, honestly, I think we're looking at Gage Hoyle in the first. Achim Koch in the second. Then from there, you know, somebody like this guy here wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, let's have some fun with it. All right. Sim to our pick. Sim to pick 6. See if anybody decent here. Simard, 82, 80. Yeah, these are pretty decent guys. And then you get Winnipeg making a poor pick there. Kind of taking the heat off of us, knowing that we're going to make a pick so far down. Gage Hoyle, the 18-year-old defender out of East Baron, Berlin. The DEL, right defenseman, shoots right. Which is actually very good to see. He's a 66 overall as well. Gage, what do we got to see here? Ooh, that skating actually being so balanced makes me happy. Everything else makes me sad. All right, Gage, we got some work, but I'm willing to put it in if you are. Good to know. Sim to the second round. I honestly don't care who we miss, but we'll just take a quick look, and if there's anybody that stands out via name. Honestly, I think they were all in around this area anyway. Koch and... Oh, maybe they did go. Oh, Ackham from EV Zug of the NLA. The 18-year-old left shooting center. We pick. He's a 65 overall. Anything looking good. I mean, skating's pretty decent. Playmaking is all right. You know, there's some work to be done for the 18-year-old. Moving on to the third round pick, 67. Some guy named Stankos just went. Hopkins is here, but I'm not really liking that 4-year out. You hear McCarty, 3 years out. At 20, though, not going to happen. How old were you? Gotta keep my options open here. You are 18, 6'4", though. Left shooting, defensive. It doesn't work, even though you're from France, and it would be hilarious to get more French people in here. Ladislav Orzog. Yeah, honestly, he's going to be the guy, because I think anybody else at this point, you know, Villette here, would be going in the next round anyway, or in our next pick. So let's make it. wants him to pick 93. Oh yeah, we have a bunch of extra picks in this draft because of all the trades we did, and it really doesn't matter because they're all going to be garbage players. Fedoric, 18, 5 years out, you know, maybe. Akam Backer, 3 years out for the low 6 power forward center. Yabukov, and then Tanev going in the next round. So we are going to take Akam Backer from EHC Red Bull München in the DL. He's 20-year-old, 3 years out, low 6. He's a 65. Yeah, physical. Good job. Please have that goalie available, even though he's going to be garbage. Fedoric? Yakubov? No. It's going to be Tanev. What, Prusek? Oh. Anytime you see an E in skating, not good. Tanev, a 50 overall at 18. You know, something might happen. Something might happen there. Pick 125. Here in the 4th round, Yakubov and Prusek we already know a little bit about. They're not really too interesting. Sakara. Jorg Wolf. Just for the name. Yeah. This gonna be fun for me. So 130, 1.5. Alright. What we're going to do is we are going to pick between Prusek and Yakubov. And it's going to be the guy who can... whatever, we'll take Prusek. 60 overall. Hooray! Hooray! Round 5, pick 131. Honestly, we're just going to take... Was it Yakubov? Yeah, we're just going to take Yakubov. Yeah, so we're just going to fill the pipeline. Even if we don't ever use them, they're just there. Round 6. Who is available to us? Honestly, who knows? Lassick at 211. He's probably going to be the last round. Langweira. I mean, anybody who is available at this point is not going to be good. So we'll go with Vladislav Laschek. He's a medium bottom 6, so that was a waste of a pick. But hey, what you gonna do? What do we got? Travika. Like, I am not seeing a single thing here that's like, hey, pick me. Yeah, the best is 4 years. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the Dell. And I just want to take a look here at anybody that had a 6 season. I said sick. Eric Peterson, 20 years old, 5'11". What's your full career stats, Eric? You're basically nobody. Okay, okay, nobody here. Let's go to the NLA and do the same thing. Let's see. You, 3 games played, Cameron Thorne. You're 17. You know what? I'm going to take a chance on Cameron Thorne. AHL starter. Heck yeah. What a waste of a pick. And hey, we get to do it again. And then we're going to check out the other 2 leagues that had next to nobody in them. Jackson Tierney, possibly. Another goalie. His dad, Charles Giftopoulos, the Romanian. Oh. Yep, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Jackson Tierney. Come on down. Medium backup. Heck yeah, let's go. Send the draft and get out of here. This was a bad one. Hoyle, Coach, Orzog, Bacher, Tanev. Maybe. Everybody else? Don't count on it. Alright, let's sim ahead to the re-sign phase. Looks like we got some scouts I got to deal with. No coaches, though. So let's take a look here in contracts. How much money do we have? $52 million. Heck yes. Center-wise, Sifilito, McFarland, Graham, Rietzer. Well, we're going to offer you a contract, McFarland. Graham, how did you do last year, my guy? Yeah, you get a contract. Yep, that sounds fair. You get your entry level. Norbert and Sifilito wants $7 million for 4 years. We might get that down. Fisher's coming back. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. McElroy had a really good season with us. Olsev on the 4th line, pretty dang good. 70 penalty minutes. He's definitely that kind of guy. I wouldn't mind qualifying you and seeing what happens. Same with Pekka. We'll qualify. Obviously, Worrell is not going to make the team. Wakabayashi, however, 20 years old, 66 overall, low 6. I would like to see what he can do on an entry level. Like, I need people for down there. Reefers has some interest in some of the defensive categories, and the skating's fairly okay. McElroy, we will talk to you in a minute. Right wingers, of course. Gotch is getting a new deal. Shing actually did fairly well for us last year. Yeah, 48 points on the season. He wants a cool $5.3 million. We should give it to him. Kaufman can get qualified. Boyle can get qualified. Was he a low bottom 6 before? Curious. And defensively, what are we looking at here? Bodie and Farrell need deals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So first things first, I honestly think Bodie's gone. I just think we're going to make some changes here. We have to. We need to make money. Jim Farrell, left shooting defensive defenseman. Bye-bye. Jalen Ferentz as well. Goodbye. We are going to offer... Well, you're 24. I mean, I'm just going to qualify you at this point. Frolik might actually come in this year. We're going to blang a deal. Ooh, I'm making some big changes here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 2 more. We're going to bring Frolik in. And Gage Hoyle. Anybody here? We'll bring in Costi, just because I'm not really too concerned about him. And goaltending wise, Kreutzer needs a deal. Who's better? So I mean, and you played in the AHL, but you play more games. How much do you want? Not that much for 1 year, that's fine. And Morrison, there is no point in signing you, my dude. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to sim a day, see what happens. Graham. Leo rejects. Leo, don't do this to me. Leo. How much money do I have left? I have $36 million. Can I keep everybody then? Could I have kept all those defensemen? Silly. You want a 4-year deal? Can I give you a 2-year deal? For... Oh, I'll give you the 7-6, Jose. Like, I like you that much. It does not matter. You're getting a fucking contract. This one's probably going to bite me in the ass later on. But honestly, you don't let this guy walk. He's going to retire an explorer. He will not explore any other teams. I will not let it happen. McElroy, if I can just give you a little bit more money just so you hurry up and say yes. Right wingers, those are just that. Defensively as well. And goaltending wise, so. Let's go. McElroy rejects, Jose rejects, and Leo resigns. So we have $23 million for the last couple guys. Those two I'm not really too concerned about. We will get them their deals here. I mean, to be fair, Jose is probably going to retire on this team anyway. And McElroy, you're already asking for quite a bit of money, but I will give you 5.9 for those 3 years. Let's see how that goes. McElroy and Cifalito both resign. So, what does that look like? Let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the system, we only have 4. So, do we want to bring in any of these guys, or honestly, I don't think it's worth it. Like, maybe, I mean, whatever. We can just release them after their entry levels, and they're just cheap. They've got 1 year left. They're never going to make anything. I'm not so concerned with any of that. Let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so lefties were good. Righties we're looking at 2, 4, 6. And Svatos, might as well bring you in too, just to bring in that depth down there. Defenseman we were good on as we were as goalie. So let's do one more day here. And I think everyone is going to sign. So I am going to, I'll just do scouting together because we're here. And then I don't have to edit as much later. And I can just pop out this video. Let's take a look here. We have 4 guys that need contracts. They're all good. So Jose Tan, come on back. Peyton Rogers, come on back. Elena Heberlein, come on back. And Chase Corazzini, please come on back. Coaches, looks like we are good to go. Austin Matthews needs a new deal, apparently. He wants to be an AHL assistant coach. Is that what? Oh, he's an associate coach. Well, Austin, have you even gotten better over the years? I mean, teaching and stuff is a little bit better. No, here. How about I give you money? I mean, I could probably find somebody else, but honestly, I don't care. Yeah. So he wanted to go down a level for some odd reason, but I won't let him. Not gonna happen. Advance a day. Advance a day. Tan. Rogers. Heberlein. Corazzini. Alright. Bye, Austin. All right, so coaching staff, we need an AHL associate coach. Austin Matthews, such a crybaby there. He's like, the job you're offering me is not the job I wanted. It's too much job. All right, bro. Mark Stahl. Oh, Malachi Stahl. Even better. Teaching. I wouldn't mind this guy right here. Lubomir Zubris. Luby Zuby. Oh, man. Could you imagine being this poor guy growing up? Hey, Luby Zuby. No, I'm sure people aren't like that mean. So yeah, honestly, I think that's it. We don't really need anybody else. Anybody else can get filled in by the AI at this point. We'll see Zuby joins the team. So I will see you when the season begins and we've got all the lines figured out and we'll go over everything. And actually, before we do that, let's take a look at the awards. So Philly won. Buffalo ended up taking on St. Louis to win the cup. And the AHL, Colorado. Oh, that's not what I meant to do at all. Team awards. Into Svedberg winning the Art Ross and the Hart. Kelly winning the Norris. Svedberg winning the Lady Byng. Antonovich winning the Calder. Conn Smythe going to Philip Gustafson in his final season. Chubarov winning the Vezina. William M. Jennings going to Bentley in Philly. Franco winning the Masterton in Winnipeg. San Jose's coach winning the Jack Adams. Powell in San Jose winning the Selke. Ted Lindsay going to Sedberg. And St. Denis winning a second Maurice Richard. Down here, you know, Wami Tingles. You know, Farrell's here. Yeah. So obviously we knew Farrell was going to win like AHL defenseman of the year, obviously with 90 some odd points in the season. He was going to be the one to make it happen. So I'll see you in September. Remember, have a good summer. All right, sports fans, welcome back. It is just about preseason. We're taking a quick look here at the lines. Leo Fisher, Jose Cifalito, and Barry Shing on the first line. Thomas Gotch, Lance Graham, and Reed Couture on that second. McElroy, McFarland, and Sebastian Kaufman rounding out the third. Norbert Friesch, Olasev, and Jay Pekka are back, rounding out the fourth line, doing slightly better this season. Defensively, this is where we're going to see the biggest change. Schmidt and Davidson, Morrow and McGinnis, Pajuan, and Matthias Lukes are all here. And then in net, Nathaniel Ryder has gone down to an 85 overall, but Hans Kreutzer is nipping at his heels. An 83 overall, meaning Matt Tkachuk, the 82-year-old, has moved down to the AHL, the former fifth-round pick. Down here, Willis, Reitzer, and Hart are getting some time together. Boyle, Blatter, and Wakabayashi as well. Reefers, Boyer, Svatos, Umberger, Scoville, and Gonchar as well. Defensively, Frolik and Bedrick Lang getting a chance. Vince Holden, Rainer Koch, Hans Kuhl, and Braxton Coastie rounding out the bottom pair. Captains haven't changed. It's still going to be your man, Leo Fisher, as your captain. Jose Cifalito and Marco Schmidt are your alternates. So, here we go. Not really anything to do at this point. I'm going to just go sim right up to the regular season. We'll look at draft picks and anything else at that point. And I'll see you there. All right, welcome back here. Let's take a look how the preseason went. Started off with 2 shutouts against Florida and Boston. Then a win against Toronto, Tampa, and Buffalo. An overtime loss to the Habs and a 3-2 loss in regulation to the Ottawa Senators. Interesting to see that. Don't know if that means anything at all. We'll take a look here at our overalls and see where we stand. We are an 85, 86, 86, actually fairly well-rounded, 91, 82, and 80 for the Oilers there. Go ahead and get out of here. I don't want to actually play the game. Thank you very much. As for really anything else that's going on. Let's take a quick look at the draft class for next year. Hoping that we actually make the playoffs, so nice to see there's no Germans or Latvians or what have you right up front. However, Hirsch, McDowell already being a bust sucks. There's a Croatian and Bakker. And the NLA, anything? Ooh. Reed Binaural in the Enforcer, possibly, at 14. Dryden, Hickey, Henderson, possibly an Elite Grinder. Denny, very interesting. Extra Liga. You know, nothing standing out. Lindzen might be something. Doubtful, though. Greiba and Vanek, I'm going to take you off. And in the ice, we have a medium 6 who might, you know, might actually be something. Might even be something. Actually, while we can, I just want to take a look here. If there's anybody that's like, oh, I must. Alright, Reed, Zdeno Chara, 6'4", 17. Definitely somebody we'd be targeting. You know, better to get that defense. Ryan Henderson, Lindzen. Clayton Hickey, the low 6 in the second round might not be a terrible option. Anybody else standing out as a gem? Not really. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks everybody for checking this one out with me. Unfortunately, we didn't have the season we had hoped for. Kind of hoping we turn it around this season, but we won't know until next week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.